What do gaming consoles, paychecks, and second chances have in common? Well, they're all things that we love to get, but often struggle to give away. Life can feel like a game if you give and take, can't it? That's exactly what we're diving into in the next few weeks in this series called Give and Take. We're talking about the ultimate give and take, which is forgiveness. And we're going to define forgiveness like this for the teaching. The process of letting go of pain and moving forward after someone hurts you. When we're kids, forgiveness can seem simple and easy. And it may be because we feel like the offense wasn't that bad. And we forgot about it quickly anyways. But I don't have to tell you that as you get older, it becomes more complicated. Forgiveness is a process that starts with a decision to let go of resentment and then taking a commitment to forgive every time you remember that hurt. Forgiveness is complicated. When we choose to engage in the process of forgiveness, it has the power to change everything in our lives. Sometimes the moments that keep you up at night, that make your stomach turn and make you question everything, that's hard to forgive. That's because forgiveness is difficult. So, instead of forgiveness, we often choose the path of revenge. Fighting back doesn't fix anything. It actually makes things worse. So, we're left with this question. Is there a better way? Is there a way to break the cycle of hurt? Jesus didn't just talk about forgiveness. He lived it out in the most incredible way possible. And he had followers, right? Like Paul, who lived by his teachings and shared them with others. Well, I know that Paul wrote a letter to a group of new followers in this city called Thessalonica. He was encouraging them to live out their faith practically. All right, so this is what he wrote to them. See that no one pays back evil for evil, but always try to do good to each other and to all people. See, Paul says, see that no one pays evil for evil. In other words, don't get revenge. It's not an eye for an eye. It's don't repay a wrong for a wrong. Paul doesn't just tell us what not to do. He gives us a positive action instead. Paul suggested that the way to break the cycle of hurt isn't just about avoiding revenge, but to potentially do good to the person that hurt you and everyone else as well. I've learned that forgiveness isn't just about the other person. It's about us too. It's about freeing yourself from the burden of bitterness and resentment. When we choose to forgive and do good instead of getting even, it doesn't just affect us and the person who hurt us. It's a ripple out effect, and it impacts the people who watch it as well. When it comes to those people in your life or those situations where you've been wronged, you have a choice. You can get revenge or you can forgive. How do we live out this radical idea of forgiveness in our day and age today? I think there's a couple things that can help us. There's not a one-shoe-fits-all approach because life is difficult and different situations are different. But I think that these can help us. We can seek out and do what God says is good. We can seek out and do what's good for us. And we can seek out and do what's good for those around us. When we choose to forgive, we can start to let go of this weight and free ourselves from this burden of rage, hate, and bitterness. Forgiveness tears down the barriers that are being built in our hearts. And tearing down those barriers doesn't feel good at first, but it is good for us. When you think about how you'll respond to being wronged by others, you can remember that you have a choice. As followers of Jesus, you can forgive. Forgiveness doesn't always mean the relationship returns to how it was before, but forgiveness always means freedom for you. Imagine your life if you embrace this idea that you can forgive, that you don't have to get revenge. What could it look like for you to trust God with your situation and choose forgiveness? That's the power of forgiveness. That's the change that you can create. So this week, look for opportunities to forgive. And remember that you can forgive. And when we forgive, it is an act of love. So go out there and love on those around you until it makes them curious. Live life loving curiously. Take care, guys.